Sup everyone, Darkscream here, and this is going to be a trip down memory lane for those who have been on my channel for almost 10 years. For those who are new to my channel since 2010, 2011 onward, well, this is still going to be a treat because you're going to see some old school, classic style, almost borderline cringy shitposting here. So, I believe it was back in 2010, I did a series of vlogs of me tearing apart Love Hina because I was watching it and, well, I didn't like it and I was trying to fill up some content on my channel. The reception has been mostly positive for it. A lot of people seem to agree with me. I have some people who disagree with me but still respected my opinion, back when people fucking did that. And I had some people kind of recommend alternatives and whatnot. Either way, I had fun making these videos back then. I had a lot of fun, and I've actually rewatched all 70 minutes worth of those videos. And I gotta say, there are some things in there that still hold up for me, but there were some other stuff that I wasn't really particularly too proud of, especially towards the end when I was watching like the final 5 or 6 episodes. Um, just stuff that actually caused me to yell at my computer like, really, Darkscream? You had to make that kind of gesture? You had to do that? You had to punch yourself in the head? Yeah. Yeah, stuff like that. So you're gonna see a little bit of old shame there. But ever since I upload those videos, it kind of came and went. I didn't really go back to Love Hina. See, what happened was, a day after I uploaded my final set of videos, when I said I didn't want to check anything else like the movies and Love Hina again, some YouTuber, I can't remember his name, linked me to a website that actually had like copies of Love Hina again in English dub. And I did see one episode, and already I didn't have the will to continue it. When I said I was done at the time, I said I was done. And it was a pretty bad episode too. It was like Keitaro's never before mentioned half sister. The only good thing is Keitaro fucked off in that entire episode, but you still had to deal with Naru. And then I also watched the Love Hina Christmas special because at the time I was watching Bennett the Sage's anime Abandoned. Now, I've since then have opinions about that review style now, but if there was anything I agree with wholeheartedly on Ben and the Sages, I question that series' popularity. It might have been the comedy at the time. It was probably one of the more mainstream fan service laden shows that was kind of a gem back in the day. Maybe that's why it was popular. But when you like break down the story, when you break down the character relationships, it just falls the fuck apart. Most people who used to watch that show is slowly starting to understand that it happens. Opinions change, but I did watch the Christmas special because Brandon had it, and it was a typical Love Hina episode. It sucked, but it wasn't something special sucky. And that was it. I never like went back to it again. I occasionally talk shit about it in later videos. There was a bet I fucking lost, and Rio wanted me to rewatch it, and I was just so fucking stubborn. I said no, I don't want to do this. I'll do anything else but that. Because it's 26 episodes. Or 25, 26. It was a full length anime series. I read something shorter and more painful. And what's funny is that I look back at those videos and I just get vicious on that shit. But then I still say, it's still like a low C, high D. I'm like, man, I didn't sound like, I was listening to myself, I'm going, man, that didn't sound like I was giving it that grade at all. You'll see what I mean when you actually watch these videos. And you also get to see a much younger version of me when I had like long wavy hair because I didn't really give a shit about barbershops at the time and I was a college student. Since then, every 6 months I cut my hair short and I grow out my mutton chops more. You might see that again because I have a new webcam and I'm actually going to upload something else the following day. There's a method to my madness. What I'm doing here. Why am I uploading these videos? Yeah, there's something special. I mean, I've almost been on YouTube for like 10 years, and thought I'd give you guys a special present come September. Hopefully, if no hurricanes hit or anything. You're also going to see a friend of mine from college co-host in the middle of those videos when we were watching episodes 15 through 17. We did some bits here and there. Now, the reason why in those last two vlogs where I basically watched the episode and do a reaction review before it actually became reaction review, you'll see what I mean. See, Spoonie1 did something like this when he vlogged about TNA for like 90 minutes. Back when he was popular, back when he was hot shit. And a friend of mine and I thought that was like the funniest thing ever. Like, we would quote each other on some of the things he would say. And I thought, well, what if I would just watch the episode, pause, comment, that kind of deal. Of, like I said, reaction review. Which is also very similar to the late Helsing 920's reaction review. But it wasn't really much of a review. It's more like a reaction and a rant. And I thought that would be something fun to do. And that's why I made those last two sets of videos the way I did. Oh, and I don't own a DVD copy of Love Hina, nor a Blu-ray. When I was watching this, I borrowed my friend Jeff's copy, and he didn't care. He also really didn't like the show much at all. I could have destroyed it and probably have to owe him half of how much he paid. But, I'm a guy. I'm a man who treats, like, products with care, especially other people's products. Never fuck them up, no matter how much I disdain them. What's going to be an ironic joke on my end is that I have criticized this show a lot for everyone either being really stupid or having like severe memory disorders like Alzheimer's. I actually do it more often than I thought I did. And what's hilarious to you guys now is I haven't rewatched the show, and I don't remember much of what's happened in Love Hina since then. Now I'm getting some serious memory problems. No Mandela effects, but I don't remember that episode with the ghost doll or whatever. I totally forgot about that character trait with Sue's brother. I totally forgot that Keitaro had like 2 idiot friends, which is like a stock thing in harems. I completely forgot about them. So, as much as I want to keep talking, as much as I like to keep the ball rolling, truth be told, we have to get on with the show. Otherwise, this would be 3 hours long, and most of it would just be on the introduction. So, here is all 3 major vlogs on Love Hina packaged into one lengthy video. I am hoping I can edit this to where there's not going to be any serious syncing issues. Otherwise, I'll have to redo the whole thing and probably take me another 2 or 3 hours to render. And like I said, there's a pattern here. I am doing something related to this for my channel. I'm probably going to drop a trailer or a teaser tomorrow after this is uploaded. So with that, let's take a look at my old shame. Roll the videos.
Alright, this might be the last video for the vlog ramblings, then I'm gonna call it a week. So yeah, I mentioned about 2 or 3 videos ago that I saw the anime Love Hina, the first 6 or so episodes, with the intention of riffing it with a couple friends of mine. Now, I want to watch this anime because, well, personally, I like to torture myself, but I like to torture myself with friends. Yeah, has anyone ever seen that guy with the glasses review of Dragon Ball Evolution, where Sean Fowles would always pick another random person from the website to go into the hotel room to watch Dragon Ball Evolution with them? Yeah, that would be me, put in the same situation. I would rather have people suffer with me and get a jolly out of it for some reason. Well, I am probably not going to get into this anime series at all. Or the manga. I'm going to get... I already got one person from Shintai telling me that the manga is better. And I'm probably going to get a couple more comments about that. Here's the thing, though. Before I saw the anime, months ago, I picked up volume 1 of the manga. As a matter of fact, let me show you. See the bottom right hand corner? See me holding the manga? See, here it is. Love Hina Volume 1. It's the only volume I have so far. I did not pick up any more volumes after that, because I read the first volume, and I was still unimpressed. I do not like the story. I do not like the main protagonist, the male protagonist, and I don't think some of these characters really don't stick out to me. For those who aren't familiar with Love Hina's storyline, it's about this douchebag loser. Okay, I'll try to be less harsh. Though, if it's an anime I don't like, I really like, name calling. But anyways, it's about this Ronin, which is another term for an unemployed college student or whatever. Or he's supposed to be a college student, but he's not. He wants to get into Tokyo University because he made a promise to a girl he did, 15 years ago? A girl that he can clearly remember her face, but he doesn't know the person's name. That's kind of retarded. You would think that to keep a promise like that and have such a huge goal like that in life, you think you would actually remember every little detail of that flashback. And they tried to make a little mystery plot out of it, like who's it supposed to be or whatever, even though it's clearly obvious it's the character Naru. Brown-haired chick that you're looking at the picture right now. Yeah, the tall one, the one closest to the picture. Even though they tried, there was this one episode. It was one of the, I think it was the 5th episode, maybe the 6th. There was this one episode where Naru said that she doesn't remember anything like that because 15 years ago she was only 2 years old or whatever. And at that point, I was looking at the TV with a really dumb look on my face, almost as if the show was insulting me. And I was actually talking to the TV, going, "Who the fuck do you take me for? Who the fuck do you take me for?" I was actually saying that to the TV, and then I decided to look up spoilers of the show. And would you know it, and here's a spoiler word, it was Naru from that fucking flashback of Keitaro's. "Oh no, she spoiled the ending for me," my friend said in a very sarcastic manner. Another thing I hate about the series is its running gag. It's also existed in the manga as well. You see, the same things I'm pointing out in the anime are also in the manga, which is why I may not find any interest in the manga. It's because the running gag is that every time Keitaro does something mildly perverted or something wrong, i.e. accidentally peeping into a hot springs where the women are at, he gets his ass kicked in an overly comical manner. I did not find that funny. And they keep doing this. They keep expecting me to get a laugh out of it. For some reason, I didn't think... There were a couple funny ones, like the one at the ping pong table. That was hilarious. But other than that, you expect me to keep laughing at that all the time? Again, TV show, what do you take me for? Now, I wish I could say more about the characters, but didn't really... Since I only saw the first 6 episodes, I did not really see... did not give them enough time to develop. or see how they develop or whatever. There was like one episode that revolved around Shinobu, and there was another one that was revolved around Motoko, which I saw, which was the last chapter of the first volume of the manga. And so I really can't say anything about the characters yet. Maybe if I saw more of the anime, then I can rightfully judge them. Now let's move on to the voice acting. It ranges from okay to wow, this is kind of bad. I've seen a video before. I think it was Aiko Arisaka's videos, one of his older ones, and he said that the character Kaala Sue has an Indian accent, even though it's been clearly stated several times she's not Indian, even though she kind of looks it. She's a tan-skinned girl whose design was based off of Radical Edward from Cowboy Bebop. And every time I hear that accent, I just laugh because I don't know who does the voice of her Kaala. Maybe it was Wendy Lee, I don't know. Oh, but I did not mind the southern accent on Kitsune one bit. I actually liked it a lot. A lot of people might fucking hate it, but for some reason I actually didn't give a shit about Kitsune's southern accent. I liked it. What are you gonna say? I love southern accents on women. I like southern belle accents. That's just me. And Motoko sounded like a prepubescent boy. So that's all I can say about the voice acting. I was barely paying attention to it because, well, let's see. My friend had a bottle of rum right next to him, and he wanted to play a drinking game, but he'll die every time Kitaru gets punched in the face. And my other friend was being sarcastic throughout the whole show, like, oh my god, we are totally not expecting him to get punched in the face at this point. No, none whatsoever. Punch! Oh, he did get hit! Ah, that's supposed to be funny! No, it's not. And it's like, okay, don't worry, Keitaru. We'll see you in the next episode where we get to hurt you some more. So yeah, first impression. I know I'm gonna get a lot of bashing on this. I really don't care. A lot of people are gonna be angry and post calling me a dumb fuck or whatever. I got that from my Ikitosen review. But I don't think the show is that bad. For some reason, I might want to continue watching this. I might pick this show up on DVD. I think they're selling it for like $35 now. Because the show is bad, but it's still fun to watch for some reason. And it's even more fun to watch with a group of friends just ripping the hell out of it. It's not painful like Green, but I can totally watch this and not get angry and actually make fun of the show. I'm telling you, I hate the show, but I love watching it. I don't get it. I don't know if I'm going to continue buying the manga or not. You know, I'm also going to get a couple comics telling me it's going to get better at volume so-and-so. If it gets better at volume 4 or later, then I am so not checking that manga out. You have to get me by the first 3 volumes. And so far, the manga of Love Hina hasn't. And the anime, well, maybe I will post a full review if I get the series myself. But that's my thoughts on Love Hina. That concludes the weekend vlog ramblings. Like I said, I'm sorry that I posted these late, but I had so much fun playing No More Heroes and of course watching this show and just laughing at how bad it is. Well, that's all I gotta say. Wish me luck on beating the final boss of No More Heroes 2. Darkscream 217 signing out.
Sup everyone, Darkscream 217 here, and with me is a good friend of mine. I call him Jake, but on YouTube he's known as...
I'm MitsuhideTheVagrant. You probably don't know me if you watch his stuff.
He's an LPer and he's a big fan of Mega Man, and he really enjoys Mega Man 10. And so do I, because I have a difficulty setting to where I can fucking play it.
He was able to beat it.
I'm such a terrible player. Anyways, before I begin, I know what bleach means now. I don't need to hear any more comments from the previous video. I got PM. Demonic Redemption, was it?
I also told him what it was.
He told me what it was. Another person told me to comment what bleach was. Now I see the relevance to the anime title. That being said, I did promise a couple videos of vlogs relating to the anime that I love to hate. Love Hina.
I'm loving the title.
And I was going to do a reaction video to an episode I haven't seen yet. And what I would do was I would just play the show, and then I would pause and talk about it, just like Spoonie's vlog. I'm kind of inspired by Spoonie's TNA vlog, and then again,
for obvious reasons.
Yeah, he inspired me to do a lot of things anyway. Spoonie's one of my favorite video game reviewers in general. But I'm going to watch the show. I'm going to watch it till the very end to see what the big deal is, because I'm still shrouded in mystery of why Love Hina is so good.
What episode are we watching now?
We're definitely past the halfway point somewhere. I believe we're going to be on episode 15. I Love You, Romantic Confession Inside a Cave, Tall Tale. I love it when anime titles have like 5 titles or whatever. As a matter of fact, you could probably
That title was unnecessarily long.
yeah, indeed. You probably. Oh boy. Sorry about that. Booklet got away with the DVD case. Yeah, you can tell that the show's playing in the background, or at least the DVD menu, and we're going to actually start on it.
That is if the microphone's working correctly.
Yeah, I had to run a few tests. And it turns out my old webcam is not compatible with Windows 7. The old one I used to use at KE serving Jerry's place. Well, with that said, I'm playing on a retro PlayStation 2.
PlayStation 2 is awesome.
Alright. Anyways, the volume's low enough. Anyways, we'll be back shortly. Take care. Unfortunately, with the PS2 I have, I can't tell how many minutes I'm into the show, but I don't think I'm anywhere past 2 minutes.
Probably about 2.5, 3.
Not even that close. I had to stop because, well, that running gag where Keitaro gets hit happened again. Did he deserve it? No.
It is kind of, stupid how it continues. It's like in every single episode, isn't it?
Yeah, it's in every single episode, more than once most of the time.
I wouldn't doubt it.
This situation, Keitaro has to babysit this college professor's daughter named Sarah McDougal.
It looks like she's from deeper south than we are.
Yeah, that, and she's an absolute bitch, as proven by the previous episode I've seen before. Well, anyway, she decided to goof around Naru's room, pull out her dresses, threw him all the floor, and he's my witness, I timed it, and I haven't seen this episode before, so I went, watch this, 5, 4, 3, 2, Naru enters the room, sees this, takes everything completely out of context, because that helps with the fucking running gag. When the bitch decides to become a bitch and take everything out of context to the point where the main character doesn't deserve it, and of course she kicks him
It's like some
through the roof.
That is the roof, yeah. Some crazy ass backwards kick that she probably shouldn't be able to do.
I don't know. It wasn't that well animated, I can tell you that much.
It was like
And that's my problem with the fucking character herself. There was this one scene from one of the earlier episodes, the one that focused on Motoko, who, by the way, much as a bitch as Naru, he even almost tried to cut Kitaro's head off from time to time.
Of course, the samurai
She's
character
still a more likable character than Naru. There was this one time where she decided to switch clothes with Keitaro because she doesn't like to dress feminine, so she ends up dressing up in Keitaro's clothes, and they both head to the Hinata household. And of course, Keitaro was wearing a really girly fucking dress. And then of course, Naru sees this, takes this out of context, runs, punches him down the stairs, and Motoko actually goes, "No, wait, I can explain. This isn't his fault." And then she says, "Shut up, I don't want to hear it."
speaking of better characters, Kaoru is probably a better character than Naru.
Oh, Kaoru.
Whatever.
I like her more.
She's even though I haven't even seen much of this, Naru is probably my least favorite character.
Yeah, already.
Even the Deep South chick is probably even
more interesting.
Yeah.
She actually made me laugh a couple times in the previous episode, but other than that, Naru's like really fucking low tier for me. Anyways, continuing on. Okay, I stopped again. 5 seconds later. Apparently, the girl we were just talking about, Sarah McDougal, her thoughts were, gee, this girl's kind of scary. Of course. Okay, now let's see if we can get more than 5 seconds in. I'm getting another soda. You start this part off.
Something about she's a kid.
Hey, listen. I don't know what backwards country they live in. Oh, it's Japan. But when I grow up, when you done fucked up, you get spanking.
She stopped her from getting a spanking.
Yeah, Naru stopped Sarah from getting the spanking, which
would have
she
been
deserved because she, messed with her clothes, said some mean things about Naru, even though I kind of agree with. And then Naru just kicks Keitaro in the head, and she said, "She's just a kid."
You're just
what soccer mom bit? Oh, it's okay to punch this little loser around, uppercut him through the roof, cause property damage in the Hina household, which is probably why they were in debt in that one episode. But it's not okay to spank a kid. No, that's true soccer mom logic thinking there.
Naru's the kid without a brain and should be killed.
Wow.
Now.
Yeah. All right.
What the fuck is wrong with her? Okay, she can't kick him in the head, and she's all like, and when he's all like, well, I can explain how I like you and shit, and she's like, oh, I don't hate you either, but you're kicking him in the fucking head.
Just to let you know, we keep making pause breaks every 30 seconds to a minute. We can't even get halfway into the show because of how ridiculous the dialogue.
You see, she keep giving me the loss of words here. I'm stumbling through. See?
Yeah. Kick him in the head, punch him across the face,
and then
knock him down the stairs.
And then
I don't hate you.
I don't hate you, but I'm gonna abuse you because she must be into that.
Yeah, she's probably gonna be the one on top. All right, let's see if we can at least get 5 minutes more into the show. 5 minutes.
I won't give it 2 minutes.
We're finally halfway into the episode, and he's got something to say.
Yeah, we actually made it more than 5 minutes. First of all, so I'm impressed. Second, Sarah McDougal. Her father, the college professor, finally showed up, and Naru starts acting all like Keitaro does, all klutzy and shit, which is pretty stupid to me. I mean, I don't know about you. What do you think of it?
This isn't going to get me to like the character more.
No,
at all.
And then at this point, no one's going to feel sorry for her after the dude leaves, because he leaves and she's all like sad and like, hey, where's Keitaro at? Well, we don't really care. Or I'm sure you really don't care deep down, and we don't really care either about you.
He's the more critical side. I'm more the angry side.
I'm more tolerant than he is.
I might as well upload part 1 right now. There's more to come.
He spilled his Coke. More to come.
Wait a minute, what's going on? Why are you acting like this all of a sudden?
First of all, we have to find Santa so you can tell him how much you love him.
Wait a second.
Guitar's an idiot.
Yep.
You have to head him off with a pass.
Head him off at the pass. I hate that cliche.
Oh.
Nobody's gonna get that reference. We're done with the episode.
If I was a cat, I just lost one of my 9 lives.
So, a lot of things happened in that episode. Surprisingly enough, I thought it was just another random filler episode like most of the show. But it contributes to the story to some extent, which sucks because I want to go on a tangent on this filler episode. But we went from where did we put? We had
Cave exploration.
cave exploration for the turtle cult tribe, whatever. Some mechanized robot turtles, army of them, to a cave in, to Keitaro making a stupid confession that made us all head desk. Oh yeah, Naru loves the teacher, but the teacher loves everyone else. Blah! And it turns out that that cave is a garbage dump for the fucking Hina household.
Doesn't surprise me yet.
I wish we could leave Naru and Keitaro in that garbage dump.
We were even making jokes about cannibalism.
Oh yeah! It's like, they were trapped in the cave. I'm like, oh well, you guys can resort to cannibalism. Let's eat Naru first. We don't like her that much.
And then Keitaro, because
And
he's
then
also
Keitaro.
cannibal.
But we're not done yet. We're watching one more episode. Get back here! Get back here! No! You're gonna fucking watch the show with me, and you're gonna have a good time. Okay? We're gonna do one more episode tonight. We can do this.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Alright. So, let's continue on with the next episode, shall we? Alright, the episode was okay, I guess. Episode 16, that is. Barely little complaints. Keitaro got hit a couple times for stupid reasons, but then the last one was kind of understandable when he accidentally took his top off.
For all the children to see.
Yeah, ages 5 to 6.
Want to see a play?
Well, that's your fault for dressing her up in a slave outfit that looked very similar to Princess Leia's, except it was all white designed.
It looked almost identical.
Yeah. So the episode was okay. One more so that means we have to watch another episode.
Won't run away this time.
No, he won't. Right? I said right!
Right.
Okay. Oh, I forgot to mention, and thank God the beginning of this episode brought it back up. Apparently the university professor, Kenza, he also knows Kung Fu for some reason. Yeah.
Motoko keeps fighting him.
Yeah.
I'm actually getting tired of it.
It just happened since the second half of the last episode, and you're already tired of it?
It's just 2 episodes in a row. After this should be spaced out.
Oh, yeah. Back to the show. Well, Naru is a bitch and a hypocrite. Okay. It was an episode that mostly themed around Motoko, and you know what, to be honest, I actually did enjoy some of those episodes with her mostly revolved around in it.
As long as it doesn't revolve around Naru.
Naru, yeah.
Okay,
Which I believe the last episode and the episode before that was. However, what do I have to complain about?
He got hit some more.
You know, yeah, I'm just gonna set all the logic of the show aside, even if it is for entertainment value or whatever, but why would Keitaro let 2 of his idiot friends direct his love life when they don't look like they've gotten laid either? And that's a little tangent I have with most of these harem shows that have supporting characters, some dudes, good friends or whatever. You know, those 3 fucking stooges from Green, and every time I see these guys, I want to puke.
Is it like in Tenchi Tokyo? Doesn't he have a friend that does kind of?
Yeah, he had 2 friends. One of them is Amagasaki. he was like around here and there in small pieces in like the OVAs and the manga. He was in the first episode of the OVA, but he got punched in the face by Tenchi when he suggested that he slept with a mummy. That was cut from the Toonami version, believe it or not.
Well, maybe I can see why.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we digress.
I don't know, the episode mostly revolved around Motoko trying to learn a technique about...
Killing a spirit within...
Yeah, killing the spirit without harming the person. And of course, the only funny time I thought was funny when, of Keitaro being injured, when he was the practice dummy. It's okay, she won't hit.
He would fly up and...
She's not gonna hit me this.
that was pretty good. That was really good.
That guy who chuckles at me. There were a couple scenes there were a couple moments where I just found that were just downright sexist. One of them being Motoko's friend, but it turns out she was possessed by this spirit.
So I guess that kind of makes it.
Well, I might as well explain it anyway. Like, one of Motoko's friends was like possessed by I forgot what kind of spirit it was. Some sort of vengeful spirit. Through these necklaces, and she was saying some really sexist things like, "Oh, Motoko, you've been weakened because you allow men in your life," or some shit like that. And when I hear that, I just cringe. There was a character from this anime called I My Me Strawberry Eggs, where it's about this dude who's trying to get a job at teaching at a school, but it turns out that the principal doesn't allow, even though it's actually both a boy and a girls' school, they don't allow the guys to do the teaching. And she would say the most feminazi things ever, that I actually screamed at the TV. And I've seen only 2 episodes of it. I do want to continue watching the show because the show's not that bad. Okay. In fact, it's pretty damn entertaining.
I've never heard of it, but maybe it does. Maybe it would be a good watch.
I may show it to you sometime later. I'll just pull up a Anime News Network article or something. Now, granted, what Motoko's friend was saying wasn't that bad, but still, made me feel a little uneasy. Oh, and Keito's friends. Their plan to try to get Naru scared so that she would hold him close or whatever, also kind of sexist. And of course, obviously, the plan never works because even though I don't like Naru and she's much of a bitch, she does have more of a spine than anyone else.
She showed that.
Yeah.
In this episode.
We got a bunch of objects that'll make women scary, like an old fractured skull.
And a ladle with a bottom. That doesn't make any damn sense.
No, it doesn't. So overall, average. The first episode we saw obviously was kind of painful, but that's all we got to say. I hope you good luck with your Mega Man 10 review. But I might actually do this one or 2 more times. I'm definitely going to do a vlog on the last 2 to 3 episodes and give you my final thoughts.
And you haven't seen it, have you?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
That's the thing. I haven't seen the whole series altogether.
Okay.
And possibly between that, I might do a couple more episodes, but I might actually just do the vlogs by myself instead of just having someone to tag along with me. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. Hope you enjoyed this little Love Hina vlog. I hope you guys will enjoy more of it coming soon. With that, Darkscream 217 and Mitsuhide signing out.
Sup everyone, Darkscream 217 here, and welcome to another series of vlogs that are going to show up this weekend. And all these vlogs, well, they're actually just one vlog. Everything's going to get pieced together. I don't know how many parts this is going to be. Why? Because the entire vlog will be the last time I will cover the anime series of Love Hina. I am going to finish up the entire series by watching the remaining 6 episodes left. The last time I recorded a vlog on this, I was doing episodes 15 through 17. And in between now and before I decided to watch episodes 18 and 19. I do apologize if my camera seems a little bit shaky. I don't have a table to set my laptop to. I'm basically recording this with the laptop on my knee. Anyways, I'm just navigating through DVD. I wonder how much time this contributes to. Pulling up the info panel. And... oh my god. 2 hours and 12 minutes. Wish I was an alcoholic. Now, before... a lot of people probably seen me do a lot of rants on this particular anime recently for the past month and a half or so. Despite what I say about Love Hina, I will say this: it is not the worst anime ever. Even though I kind of making it look out to be like that. But whatever I say about Love Hina, Green and Ikitosen, the 2 worst animes I've ever talked about. And one of them I've did a 3-part review on. Those are still worse, mind you. Green. Its characters are either boring or disturbing and sometimes offensive. Loving his characters, some of them are actually pretty good, but I hate the protagonists, Keitaro and Naru. Unfortunately, they get a lot of screen time. They get a lot of attention. I can understand they're the main characters. But I do not like these characters. I'm drawn more to the other characters of the show than I prefer, shows and episodes that solely focus on those guys, except for Naru and Keitaro. And there have been a couple episodes that were like that, and those were actually some good episodes. The Kaola-Su episodes were weird as hell, but I can deal with it. The Motoko episodes I seem to enjoy pretty much. In fact, one of the episodes from the 15 through 17 bit was, in fact, an episode that did mostly focus on Motoko. It did have some more Naru and Keitaro moments. But I really didn't hate that episode that much. But that was just it. I do not like Keitaro. He's an idiot. He's perverted, but then again, what guy isn't? At least he's not extreme as those 3 stooges from Green. God, those are the worst characters I've ever seen portrayed. But I really do not like him that much, and he's an idiot. And as for Naru, well, she's also an idiot. Apparently, something I forgot to mention was when Naru is around that college professor. I forgot the character's name. I have to look it up. But whenever he was around, she acted just as big of an idiot as Keitaro is. Also, she just takes things out of context and she just instantly punches him for it with little to no explanation. And that's supposed to be funny. I'm not laughing. I might actually post the full cut on Blip TV sometime in the future. Just in case you guys don't like to switch parts through, through YouTube. But though this show is nothing special, not my cup of tea. By the way, someone, maybe a couple people recommended Ai Yoriaushi, and I've seen several episodes of that show, and while it does feel a little bipolar to me, because of the stuff they do in the show, it doesn't know what kind of genre it wants to be half the time. I do like that show more. I wish I could remember your guys' users' names, but thanks for the recommendation. I did watch some of my friends' copy of the show, and it's actually pretty damn good so far. Anyways, apparently I spent half of part 1 on a mindless introduction. I do apologize for that. I guess this is going to be a long vlog. Once again, I'm sorry for spending almost 5 going 6 minutes into this. Let me just start by watching episode, I believe it was episode 20 I'm on. Alright? And, you know, the usual. I'll pause if I see something stunning, or I'll just wait till the end of the episode to tell you to summarize everything. Okay, with that, let's begin. I just got finished watching episode 20. I've seen some weird ass shit before from this anime. Of course, it's an anime. It may not be normal. I've seen flying turtles. I've seen mechanized turtles. I've seen a cult of them. I've seen a girl that can transform her body to have a 12-year-old to a 20-year-old. But this episode takes a cake in weirdness. It involves a doll that's over 100 years old that's been in the Hinata residence for a while. For all that time. And apparently it's a doll that lives, and it talks, but only Keitaro can listen to her. And so can Mitsume, but because she's an oddball character, and sometimes of an airhead. I'll get on to that later. And I think Naru at the very end of the episode. Apparently, she was promised by, I believe, Kitaro's great-grandfather that her legs can be fixed. And Keitaru, talking to the doll, actually asks the Hinata girl's help to get her legs repaired. Though the rest of the Hinata household looked at him like he was fucking crazy because they don't hear the doll talking. They just think Keitaro lost his mind, and they thought if they fixed the legs, he would be back to normal. Well, anyways, they do fix the legs about halfway into the episode. Then nothing happened. Keitaro was still talking to the doll and everything, and people were just weirded out by it. And it wasn't until at the end of the episode they actually hinted that she could have been the one who made that Tokyo U promise for about a minute, but it turns out to be something else that, oh, by the way, the doll's name is, by her characteristics, it matches with her characteristics. The doll's name is Moe. Apparently, the doll's name was supposed to be something else. I think it was Mom, but they screwed up the lettering or whatever. But the doll's name is Moe. And yes, that is an anime term. For those who don't know what it means, look it up. I'm not going to explain it. It's kind of weird. Or just watch the second episode of the Melancholy Haruhi Suzumiya. You know, you want to know about Moe? See Mikuru Asahina. There, that would sum up everything. Where was I? Oh yeah. Well, the doll turns out. Oh, I forgot to mention in my introduction. There'd be spoilers. I'm going to spoil the ending. Turns out the doll got a promise from Keitaru when he was a little kid to fix her legs or whatever. Of course, for some reason, Keitaru forgot about it. You know, he's got a lot of fucked up memory problems. I'll say that much. I wonder if they're going to reveal that he got a major amnesia or whatever, getting hit with a bus or something. But of course, near the end of the episode, just when she's about to kiss Keitaro on the cheek, she just collapsed, and then they put her back in the closet where she was stored, covering the curtain up and everything. And of course, they end the episode with the girls at the hot springs. Oh, did I mention that about 90% of these episodes, they end with all the girls at the fucking hot spring relaxing and just summing up their events for that episode? Because they do this a lot. And then, of course, some narration by Haruka from of the journal entry. I forgot who was writing the journal entry. Could have been the great-grandfather or someone else. And that's it. The episode just ends. 5 more episodes to go, ladies and gents. But I am willing to finish this show. I really am. Alright, I'm halfway into episode 21 and 34 minutes in for the entire DVD. Another problem I have with this show is apparently everybody has a bad case of Alzheimer's disease. Like, of course we mentioned that Keitaru with, that promise to the girl he made, Tokyo U, but he doesn't recognize the fucking girl. That's what the entire series is about. And then there was even this one point where Kawa mentioned that she had an older brother that looked like Keitaro, and I forgot who she mentioned to, but she had to mention it to someone other than Keitaro. But nobody seemed to remember that in episode 19. And by the way, when Kawa's brother looks like Keitaro, he only looks like Keitaro when the fucking show needs him to look like him. I mean, sometimes he'll have the glasses on and he'll wear a suit and he's got tan skin. That's the only difference. But then when he takes it off and puts a different uniform on, he looks like a completely different person to me. So they basically made that resemblancing just how, I guess for gag reasons and plot device reasons. But, okay, in the episode so far, Keitaro decided to ask Naru out for dinner as celebration for his grades, that now he may have a chance to get into Tokyo U. Might as well at this point, we're almost done with the show. And then, of course, some antics happen. Like, there's this other character I forgot to mention. His name is Kentaro, who is supposed to be like this buddy love version of Keitaro. He's supposed to be this pretty boy who knows how to treat a lady or whatever. But he does it in a not so gentleman-like anyways, like an evil gentleman. Like I said, buddy love equivalent to Keitaro. Or they try to make him look like that, but, he gets pushed around more than Keitaro himself. He always gets punched, pushed, and recently in this episode he gets taken away by some girl that was spying on Naru and Keitaro. Hopefully they'll mention that later on in this episode, because apparently they dropped that plot point for now, right when Shinobu, Kaola, and Motoko saw Naru and Keitaro together. And they, of course, they went out to have a very expensive dinner. Naru is actually fearing the idea of getting married with Keitaro. She actually thought that, and she was frightened by that. How am I supposed to convince that these two love each other if one of them's actually frightened marrying the other character? And then Keitaro takes a picture, try to reminisce that other time they had together, but, back then they lost their glasses. And Mutsumi gets in the way, played some bowling. And here's where the Alzheimer's thing comes in. When Naru asks why Mutsumi wants to get into Tokyo U, by the way, I actually like Mutsumi more than Naru, despite her being a total idiot, but she's really funny doing so. She actually, she's actually a really good student, but she's forgetful and kind of klutzy at times, and mentions why she never got to, every time they mention why she failed the entrance exam, or at least they did that once, Mutsumi said, "Oh yeah, sometimes I forget to write my name on the test paper." I actually got a chuckle out of that. But when Naru mentioned, or asked Mutsumi why she wanted to get into Tokyo U, get this. She made a promise to a boy in a long time ago when she was a little kid that they could get to Tokyo U together. Does this sound familiar? Well, Naru hears this, and she goes, "Huh, I've heard that story before." And then Mutsumi's like, "Oh, and by the way, I do not like anyone else but that person that I made that promise to." And Naru's like, "So, she doesn't love Keitaro?" How could you not put the two together? I'm sorry, I don't like it when characters are forced to be stupid like this. You hear Keitaro's story, then you hear Mutsumi's story, you're thinking, maybe there's a connection going on here, and Naru's not thinking that once. 5 minutes into the second part of my video, might as well continue watching it. I'll stop if anything else stupid happens. Had to stop 2 minutes later. Another hot spring scene. You know, I should have made a drinking game out of that. Drink every time there's a scene that involves a hot spring. Because apparently that's what the show setting revolves around more than half the time. Well, anyways, Mitsumi, Naru, and Shinobu having a conversation about who do they love or who do they like to see somebody, girly talk. And Mitsume said, oh, someone like Keitaru. And all of a sudden I was like, why would you want to go out with him? He's stupid, he's a klutz, he's an idiot, he can't do anything right. By the way, Mitsumi shares at least half of those characteristics. And then, of course, Keitaru, who has a small personal bath, like, on, I think it was like one of the balconies of the Hina household, but he can, if he were to, look outside over the ledge, you could see them at the hot springs. Well, anyways, Keitaru hears this and goes, you don't have to tell him all that, which I do agree, but she still threw a pan in his face. And then Mitsumi asks Keitaru on the date, and Naru's like, what for? And Mitsumi's like, oh, I don't think it's fair that you should be the only one who's going on a date with him. And of course, Naru being the protagonist that's supposed to fall in love, being the lead female protagonist, who's supposed to fall in love with the main character, still denies it. Still fucking denies it, which I really think this is the most desperate form of denial. You see, this is the main problem with this fucking show. The relationship isn't believable. I'm actually hoping that Mitsumi stays with Keitaru at the end, but I doubt it will happen. I doubt it. And then, of course, Naru just walks off. I just wanted to point out that, this is like more reasons why I hate Naru, okay? It's just the biggest problem. She can actually kill an entire episode for me, and she's already killed more than half the series for me. Jesus Christ. Anyway, let's see if I can stomach more of this. Well, I officially think that Keitaru is now traumatized from the constant beings of Naru because this happened. Mitsume and Keitaru are just walking down the street, going on with their date. Mitsume's in a red dress, really nice looking, but a vehicle came by. Let me see. Hold on. Some cyclist shows up, drives by. Her skirt lifts up, she covers it Marilyn Monroe style, and all of a sudden Naru, who is spying on the date, by the way, decides, as well as that little girl that I mentioned before, she got, they finally brought that plot point back up, thank you, Kitsune. But anyways, she shows up, spying on the date, but she chucks a blue bear over his head, he gets knocked out, and now, Keitaru's like, oh, I'm sorry, Naru! Yeah, I think he's traumatized now. I think if you go as far as bop him on the head just goofily, he's now going to be like freaking out going, oh god, Naru, oh jeez, I'm so sorry, yeah. More reasons to not like the character, ladies and gentlemen. Well, for me. I don't know about you. I was really hoping I wouldn't spend one part on one episode. But I'm gonna see if I can wrap this up without going over the limit. Turns out the person that was spying on Naru and Keitaru's date was Naru's little sister Mei, who wants to take Naru home. Apparently, she did mention before that she had some sort of family issues in the past. I forgot because I really didn't care about this character, but apparently, she wants to take Naru home, or that's what the line is at the end of the episode. And she also wants to make sure Keitaru hooks up with Mitsume, because apparently, for some reason, in her little mind, she thinks that Naru and Keitaru are a possible pair. Again, hard to believe with the shit they do with the shit writing of this show. But yeah. That's the episode summary. tune in for episode 22. 4 episodes away. Just 4 more. I can do this. I can do this. Okay, about a minute or two into the 22nd episode, I thought it would continue like a minute after the previous episode, but apparently we skipped ahead in time because we cut to, well, the viewers, you guys aren't watching this, but they just cut to Keitaro sleeping, Naru's little sister May walking in, looking through his photo album, looking at the 2 stickers, or the 2 pictures of him and Naru, and then Naru removes that little piece of wood that she uses to hide the hole between the bomb floor and her floor, checks to see what's going on with May, and then, of course, Keitaro says something in his sleep about Musume or whatever. She gets pissed off and kicks him so hard that he gets knocked out of the room, causes a major damaged hole onto the wall across, and he falls down. Again, there's so many stupid things wrong with that, and I'm confused at the moment. But you know what? I'm not going to rant about that. We'll be here all night if we do. I just had to take a break right here. I don't know how much I got into the episode. More than half, for sure. Almost an hour into the whole DVD, and I got about an hour and 12 minutes left. Okay. This is what's going on. Naru's stepsister, as has been revealed, is trying to get Naru to move back with her. She's doing this by trying to get Keitaro and Mitsume all chummy, into a relationship to get them to love each other, whatever. Selfish plan, maybe, but you know what? Fuck Naru. Speaking of which, again with the Alzheimer's thing, Haruka sees Musume's face, and for 2 times she's like, she looks familiar. So do I recognize her? And then, all of a sudden, like later on into the show, Haruka tells Naru that she was at the inn several years ago at the Hinata household. I forgot what connection she had. Something about a distant relative. And it could be, and now Naru just figures out that it might be possible that could be the girl that made the promise to Keitaro about the whole Tokyo Youth thing. Took her about a whole episode later. And then, of course, when she hears this, she just runs off, trying to hide her sadness, before Haruka can point out, hey, wait a minute, by the way, no, you were also at that Hinata household at the oh, well, fuck it. No, okay, she really doesn't do that, but, she was actually trying to tell her she doesn't listen, and then they actually cut her off to the next scene where she's chopping onions. I shit you not. It's like, oh, by the way, before you get up, fuck it. Just gonna be sweeping the steps. That's pretty much it. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can finish up this whole, this episode right now. Okay, I'm done with episode 22. Shit. Halfway done. The story's actually advanced some. Well, actually, it's advanced a lot. I'll cover the other thing. Naru's sister, May, it turns out she wanted to bring... I'm sorry, I have a runny nose. I probably still have that cold. It turns out Naru's sister May wanted to bring her back home because she missed her, but then Naru thought it was some plan for her to go to Canada. And then she said, she said something that didn't make any sense. She said, if I could, leave Japan or whatever. Naru will come home. We'll be one big happy family. Then cries to Keitaro. And I'm like, okay, I'm trying to wrap my head around that one. And then, meanwhile, storyline number 2, which is the main story of the series. Well, it turns out that Mei gave Naru a picture of Naru, but in the corner of the picture, there's a couple kids playing at the sandbox. One of them looks like Keitaru. The other one is that mysterious girl. At this point, we're probably to believe that's Mitsumi. And she, of course, is still in denial or whatever, until she finds out that her plushie that she got when she was a kid happens to be the exact same plushie Mitsumi used to have, until she said she gave it to a friend. I think the plushie was called Mr. Chubby or something like that. Turns out she also had one until she gave it to a friend. And then when Naru was washing it, because apparently they were cooking the fucking plushie earlier that episode, turns out Masumi Otohime's name was written on top of the plushie, and the episode ends. This was actually a pretty decent episode. Not gonna lie, it was actually pretty good. It got me more interested into finishing up the last 3 episodes, so alright, let's do this. 3 more episodes to go. Halfway into episode 23. I think Keitaro failed his Tokyo U entrance exam. Again. Hey, that kind of ticked me off, because, and Mutsumi passed, congratulations. That kind of ticked me off, because I think the protagonist's goal should be achieved, and that didn't happen. It may happen later on. I really doubt it. And of course, Naru starts off the episode depressed to know about this horrifying revelation. And then she talks to Mutsumi about it. And then she, confesses that she might have some feelings for Keitaro. And then everyone knows about it because they were eavesdropping it. And then, after that, she still fucking denies it. Not looking like a good episode so far. Continuing on. Okay, this is what happened. Keitaro's grandmother shows up from her vacation ever since she left in the first episode. Or she had some trip, traveling around to see all the hot springs in the world or whatever. The Hinata house gets rebuilt. Some of the people have to temporarily move out, including Motoko and Shinobu. Keitaro decides to live with Mutsumi because he is not ready to confront his parents over the scores he's got. And, anyways, Naru enters, she goes to Mutsumi's place. She decides, you know what, I should tell them about this photo. Keitaro needs to know about his past. So she does. She goes into the front house of Mutsumi's. All of a sudden, this is funny. Keitaro's on the bottom in a very sexual, questionable position. Mutsumi's on the top. There's this huge mist just covering everything. It kind of implies that they're naked. And of course Keitaro's like, no, this isn't what you think! And Keitaro thought, well, I thought he was going to get punched again, but fuck it. No, instead she gets sad. She runs off. Keitaro tries to stop him. I think... No. She dropped the photo. Mutsumi picked it up, looked at it, and then, of course, Naru kisses her, and she runs off, and Kitsui's like, he may not be the manager at the household anymore. And that's how they end the episode. Again, pretty good episode. Pretty dramatic. But I still don't like Naru, and I do not sympathize for her. I really don't. I really did not like this character. Maybe if she wasn't such a bipolar, in denial about her feelings, then maybe I would show some more sympathy. But unfortunately, I can't. At least not now. I don't know if I ever will with the latter 2 episodes. But, 2 more episodes away. Alright, 2 more. Okay, it turns out episode 24 might actually be the final episode, and I think episode 25 is a bonus filler episode. I wasn't paying attention to the episode titles on DVD case, at least not until now, because I just finished watching episode 24. And this is what happens. People get mopey and sad. People want Keitaro back into the Hinata household. Naru's mopey and sad. Keitaro is mopey and questionable. Wants Naru, God knows why. And then, okay. Then the Hinata house gets rebuilt and Grandma's at overseas and Keitaro's the head of the house again. And and this is the funniest thing to happen too. Mitsumi, reveals another little add to the whole past Tokyo U Promise chapter. It turns out that she was just a witness to the she was the witness to the whole Tokyo U Promise. She, of course, decided to not reveal that much because she wanted to play along because Keitaro's story didn't sound right. So it obviously, as I fucking expected from the first episode, Naru is the one that Keitaro made the promise to. Now, I will give the writer some credit and make me think it was Mitsumi, mainly because I wish it was Mitsumi, mainly because I hated Naru. I, blocked in my mind thinking, oh, please let it be Mitsumi, but I knew it really wasn't going to be her. I knew it. So yeah, but of course she doesn't know. She still doesn't know about Keitaro, about her with the Tokyo U Promise. Even though they threw in a couple more hints, the girl started to look more like Naru in the flashback. And of course, the ending credits. They roll the credits with a montage of scenes. And, of course, Masumi does something stupid. She sleeps next to Keitaro in his futon. And Naru chases Keitaro throughout the household and punches him sky high. You really love the asshole so much that you're willing to, punch him again. Man, nothing. Alright, it still works. Of course. This was one of the most popular animes back then. This is what people were talking about. I had a couple of friends from high school. Before they got into Negima and before I got into Negima, they fucking adored this show. They loved it. At the time, I didn't know what to think. I never saw the show before. I've seen some AMVs of it. To Offspring music. And to a Dennis Leary song, "Life's Gonna Suck." It's actually pretty good. But this was the fucking anime that some old friends I knew from high school were fangasming over. This is supposed to be a deep show. There's really all the romance in this show has the depth of a piss puddle that a cat made on the kitchen floor. This boggles my mind, Oh well, it's their opinion, but there are times where you are baffled by why a show is popular. We all go through that stage. Everyone is baffled by why Twilight's so damn popular. Confused Matthew goes through this all the time. He doesn't understand why Lion King is popular, as well as Star Trek First Contact. Fair enough. And you know what? Even though I don't agree with what he said about the Lion King, his points are pretty legit. And you know, I failed to see what it. I even failed to see why Keitaro loves Naru. Maybe it's because, maybe it's because of that Tokyo U promise, and he knows in some sort of subconscious way. But of course he doesn't really know. No, I don't know. But this ending was really kind of. It was what I expected. A climactic time where people are getting mopey and depressed and upset because everything's falling apart, and then at the last minute, thanks to some help here and there and some character confidence, they all recovered in the end. I've seen that cliche before, and you know what? It works. Sorry about that. But man, I really hate that character and Keitaro. He's a loser who can't get into college. He's an idiot. And that's his only reason why he's going to Tokyo University, is because he wants to be with that one girl that he made a promise to. And that's it. No future goals or whatever. And I'm just wow. I hate to use the O word, but this is pretty overrated. I've heard some very positive reviews from both fans and professional anime reviewers, saying that this show is awesome. It's really, in my opinion, somewhere between a D and a C. Like I said, I still stand by saying it is not the worst show I've seen in my life, but it's still pretty mediocre. I can't really recommend it. I don't know, maybe if you don't want to expect much out of a show, not even comedy, it fails to do that with its running gag. A couple of jokes here and there, they're kind of funny. I will admit, Mitsumi's actually really hilarious. But she only shows up for a few episodes, a couple episodes in the first half, and then of course the last set of episodes that I just watched. This is just mind-boggling. This show's really. It might have been some of the characters that got pulled people's interest, just like the Lucky Star, just like my little question revolving Lucky Star. Maybe, Naru's a terrible character, but the other characters are okay. I like Motoko, I like Kitsune, Kawala, Shinobu, and I really like Mitsumi. I don't like Naru, I don't like Keitaro, I don't like Kentaro, I don't like Seta, I don't like Sarah McDougal, and I have no opinion on Haruka. Well, there's one more episode left. I might as well go check it out. Okay, I think episode 25 is an OVA quality episode because it got boosted up to look better, shinier and shit. The episode was actually a little better. A little, not a lot. It was a Motoko themed episode. She had some issues with her sister and the divinity school, and then of course at one point she decided to give up being a swordsman, decided to become a woman. That didn't work so well. It was actually a pretty funny episode. I laughed a couple of times. And the cursed Hina blade that possessed Naru and made her look like a complete fucking idiot. That also got me laughing. It was a pretty good episode, except that, yes, there was more of Naru punching Keitaro at the end of the episode. But that's it. That's all I have to say. Thanks for watching my vlogs. If you actually saw all 4 parts, then congratulations, you are pretty cool. I don't know if I'm going to do this with other shows. I will probably take a break from doing all this vlogging stuff. If I ever do something, I might do it in text. I don't know. But, I might actually get around to watching some better anime now. I'm done with Love Hina. I'm not going to watch any more of it. And don't ask me about the OVAs. Love Hina again. Don't ask me about that. I don't think I'm going to watch that. Well, that's all I have to say. Leave a comment if you wish. Darkscream217, signing out.